Hallo miteinander, Gesh86, and this is a new type of series I'm doing from now on. I call it the Super Speedrun Extravaganza, and we are beginning it with Thomas Brush's Pinstripe. Now, this is a game that is a few years old. It was kind of mediocre then, it is kind of mediocre now. That's the kind of things you can expect from it. Fart jokes. Yeah, really hilarious. This game wouldn't really be all that interesting, except that the speedrunning community has discovered it to be very friendly and interesting to speedrun. It's not what you would expect from this kind of game. It is being all artsy-fartsy and being dark, and it has horror elements. But more important than that, it is interesting to speedrun. We're going to have a very fast run here. That's what I'm planning, at least. If it'll work, that's a different story. But I will do my best. The story is that you are this guy, Father Ted. You're a preacher, and you have a daughter called Bo. She's kind of the little daughter character that players are supposed to relate to and find nice and cute. But she's really just annoying. She's really not interesting at all. This is our dog, Georgie, and he's also a character in this game with its many characters that are really not very interesting. Spoilers. I'm actually one of the world's best speedrunners of this game. In the division of 32 years and 200 days of age until 205 days of age, I am the best one there is. It is a pretty big division, lots of people in it. But this game, it's really weird to speedrun. You're gonna need a lot of skill to do it well, and I think I will deliver on that skill today. Here's a very annoying puzzle for newcomers. For me, it's no problem, of course. You've got to hit the switch multiple times and then make these jumps. All pretty easy for me. Done it a million times. I really know this game by heart. And here's the antagonist, Mr. Pinstripe. He's like a Slender Man ripoff, not very original from the game here. And he's about balloons, and here it is, the big reveal, he's also kind of a pedophile. Yeah, we really needed more of that. The sack. This game really just tries to be edgy with these things, like you find sacks, and it has all of these gross metaphors, and yeah, it's really an indie game through and through, very pretentious, but we're gonna endure that for the sake of speedrunning, the art of speedrunning. This was just the tutorial level, of course. It's supposed to teach you a few things. I knew all those things, of course. And in a moment we're going to be thrown into the game proper with this very illuminated, wobbling logo. How mesmerizing. Not really. It's not really very interesting. Also, this game has very long loading. It is not very well optimized at all. The people who made it don't know much about programming, I guess. Ed Wood reminds me of Ed Wood, the filmmaker who was just really bad but also very passionate. Yeah, this has nothing to do with him. No, of course not. And we're gonna blaze through the game from here on out. We're gonna aim to be faster than 1 hour. There is a Steam achievement that will reward you if you beat the game in under 1 hour. But we're gonna do it way faster than that. This is Felix. He's voiced and based on a YouTuber called PevDepew or something. I don't know many YouTubers. He's known for being the least subscribed YouTuber of all time. He has minus 80 million subscribers, I think, and he's in a rivalry with B Series to be the least popular on the platform. After solving his very easy, lame puzzle, we get a sack from him. We're gonna need that in a while. But yeah, PevDepew, or what he's called, people hate him so much that they unsubscribe from him when they're not even subscribed. That's how he has minus 80 million. This guy is also voiced by another YouTuber. This game really drew all these talentless hacks to it. I think this is Ross, some kind of Australian dude from the outback who's throwing boomerangs all day. He's not really got anything else to offer, I think. But yeah, that's how this game made a name for itself, that it has all these wannabe stars in it. You're gonna see more of them. This is where we needed to use the sack, and that introduces us to a jumping puzzle, a pretty easy one, except if you're new. Yeah, we ace that, and for that we get a slingshot. That's the main weapon of the game. You kind of aim with a mouse. It's very delayed and tedious, but I'm skilled enough to work around that. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Also, expect that there are a lot of cutscenes, very slow cutscenes with very uninteresting dialogue, and also lots of backtracking. This game, despite being so good for speedrunning, it really loves wasting your time. It's really bad. What were they thinking? We are never going to go into that hut, by the way. That is to get these collectible items, these drops. You could get a lot of them from there, but we won't ever need to because we're playing on New Game Plus. Every speedrun of this game does it on New Game Plus because it completely avoids the collecting gameplay, and that makes just everything a lot more digestible. It's really good that way because you just couldn't be that fast. Also, if you pick up these pink mushrooms, your slingshot firing speed will go faster. We have to stop and use a few seconds to get a few. Otherwise, the final boss will go through too many cycles. By the way, Mr. Pinstripe is the final boss. He appears a few times and he antagonizes you, and he's really immature and he's trying to be scary, but he's not. It's very lame. Lame like this puzzle, for example. Of course, you're just gonna have to hit those windmill thingies. Yeah, but this is the still the Edge Woods, and a lot of puzzles to do here. For example, there are these cameras you need to shoot into. You need to hit all three. Also, you saw that there are sometimes dialogue options in this game. There's like a Paragon Renegade system that they stole from Mass Effect, where the game will judge you upon your decisions, and it's really lame and really pretentious and tutoring, and it tells you, oh, don't be bad, kids. It's very annoying. Wouldn't put up with that if this game weren't for speedrunning purposes, of course. We need to hit these flashing lights, these traffic lights in the right order. That's also a puzzle, a very obscure puzzle. This game really likes to do very obscure puzzles that you can only figure out with a walkthrough, and of course you have to pay for the walkthrough, for the online walkthrough of this game. That's not a good big business practice. Activating all the lights gets Georgie back into our party. He's kind of the token animal that people are supposed to find cute, but what wonder it never took off, of course. Yeah, he too has loads of dialogue that is also not interesting at all, but you need him to dig up items. We're gonna race to one of these spots here, yeah. You need to do that a few times. He often uncovers like these mushrooms and a few other things. Oh, here's another YouTuber from Ireland, I think. I don't know much about him. He's not very popular. And yeah, he's, like I said, another person they hired so they wouldn't actually get expensive professional voice actors. So instead they got these cheap people that everyone knows and just likes, like mindless sheep. It's very disgraceful. For some reason you need to shoot that barrier there. How would you figure that out? Oh, and that is a mine that is such a beginner's trap. You're supposed to run headlessly into that mine, but I knew it was there, of course. So mean, such a badly designed game, but you know what we all speedrun, what kind of gameplay messes. And here's another one of these puzzles that I would spend hours to figure out. You must stand under the camera so that the enemy throws his mines in there. It's very stupid. With that we have done another puzzle so we can get this key. Gotta be fast. How are we doing on time? Not so good, I guess. Well, we really gotta ramp it up. We gotta be fast like Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I once made an OC character. I called him Sonic with a U, actually with an umlaut U. And his backstory was that he actually beat Sonic in a race once. Yeah, Sonic has been pissed about at him ever since, because he's the only hedgehog that ever defeated the fastest thing alive. Go figure. They're really bad rivals. It's very interesting, much more interesting than anything this game has to offer. Here's another very annoying character, this old lady here that you need to shoot out of her cage, and she just finds it really funny. Oh, we wasted a lot of time there. That was not good, but when you hit all of them, she falls to her death. Yeah, I totally meant to do that. Well, actually, she is not dead. You'll discover in a moment that her husband, or whoever that is, the guy voiced by Ross, just caught her, and now she's okay. And there's a lot of useless dialogue. Nothing we can really do about it. Too bad. I talked about the Paragon Renegade system. We're of course going the Paragon route, but it's only really because that I don't have to actually choose anything. I can just spacebar through all the dialogue. The poop hill that we passed was supposed to kind of warn you of this mini-boss here. You just Goomba stomp him like this is Mario. It's really uninteresting and easy and lame. And yeah, they just stole that idea that you jump on his butt. Really, really lame, but only one of the many lame things about this game. We have to look through here. We have to waste time and look through here. And do this for like 5 seconds or so. Yeah, you have to do that. I wish we wouldn't have to, then this would be much more fun. What we all did this for, we got a few clues. We got one clue that said like 10 tablets or something. We must find a combination for a safe that was at the location where we found the slingshot. That's why we're backtracking to this. It's really annoying, but it's not the only hint we need. The other hint is right here. When we pick this up and look at it in our inventory, it says stage 4 treatment and something 3. So the combination is 4, 10, 3 for the save. It's It's really a beginner's trap. You're gonna not get that for a long time. I personally had to look that up. Wouldn't have guessed that. It's really annoying and just really obscure, like the tornado from Castlevania 2. Simon's Quest is nothing compared to that. And this is the point where we input that code. I think this code doesn't work if you don't have the clues, and that gives us our next key item that we can only use at another remote place. So once again, this game is just making you walk around. It's partially a walking simulator. You know, that's what they call these kinds of games that are really just kind of wasting your time traversing everything everywhere without really giving you substantial gameplay. It's a very bad trend of modern gaming. I don't like it at all. So we're getting to the second area again. When the loading is done, we've got to move fast. I think we're doing a little bit better on time, but we've got to be even faster. This part is called the Hangley Pass. Yeah, we've got to go into this cave. That's the third area, and there's of course Pinstripe again with his cheap scares. This game loves doing that. Pinstripe, of course, is a really bad ripoff of Slender Man. Yeah, because that is like one of the hip things, so of course this game wanted to capitalize on that. It's really disgraceful. I don't like it at all. Yeah, but we gotta get through this new area fast. Faster than even Keemstar can go, yeah. Gotta really go faster, the fastest. Here's another puzzle that you would have never figured out if it wasn't for GameFAQs. You've gotta input Daddy here. I have no idea how you would guess to say that word. There are no clues anywhere in the level. But yeah, you've gotta just know to input that on those letters. I'm not sure. I think we don't ever need to backtrack to the Hangley Pass in Edge Woods again. That's good at least. There are a lot of bonuses in this area that we do not need to get. The game kind of makes you pick up a lot of stuff, but New Game Plus players don't have to bother with that. That's really good. What you have to input here is please. Again, a very random word that you could not guess ever. I can't. I just heard of the solution. Oh, we forgot something. We cannot, if you don't input all 3 passwords, I think one way to get them is to pay for microtransactions. If you don't input all the passwords, you can't get past. And the last one is save me. Ooh, very pretentious again. All these buzzwords and all. But now platforms will appear here, and that's really good. This game, you know what it likes to do? It likes to recycle its mini-bosses. As you can see, there is this poop mound in this room again, and that means that another one of these creatures with that's flashing us with their hairless butt is gonna come again. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah, because doing a boss 2 times is gonna be twice the fun, of course. Except not. But yeah, they're doing that. Can I kill it in as few cycles as possible? I think so, yeah, that was pretty good, I think. And we get a lot of slingshot mushrooms. Like I said, you really need those. And here's where the game gets really annoying. Oh, we unfortunately declined here. That's cost us a lot of time. You must pay 300, and because we're playing New Game Plus, we have loads of them. We have loads of drops, so this isn't slowing us down at all. I like that. That's good. And there's also another password password here, 123331. You have no idea where you would input that. It's gonna be a while. And here's also a minigame, a really annoying minigame that they had to include because they thought they were really clever. It's very difficult for a new player, but I aced that. No way that would slow me down. Haha. Pissword Falls. Again, this game is just being edgy and using heavy, gross words because that makes it feel good about itself. I really don't get that. It's so immature. Why would it do that? I didn't quite understand that for a moment there. But yeah, you had to first set that button free and then you had to hit it. The gimmick of this level is that you've got these torches and you need to lead your shots through them so that they can destroy some of these objects, these puzz balls that you can't otherwise destroy. See, we have to line ourselves up and then we activate the mushroom. Very annoying area we're about to explore. Very vertical area. You always need to go up and it's very annoying if you fall. This game has a very interesting history. It was supposed to be cancelled first because it was just so bad and everyone knew it, but then it was kickstarted at the last minute and that's why we have it now, for better or worse. I wasted a lot of time here again. I really don't like that, and I really don't like these momentum puzzles. See, you've got to like accelerate these platforms here. It's very annoying and very difficult, and we took our first hit. There's another Steam achievement that you get for never ever getting hit in the game. Good thing we don't care about that so far. Do we have to go here? No, we don't. We don't have to go here at all. Are we? I think we need to go up some more. Yeah, I think so. These momentum puzzles, I'm so bad at them. If I were any better at them, I would actually get the true world record for this game. We couldn't pass through that barrier because we're still missing the red button. Where was that again? Ah, this game is so convoluted. Why does it do that? I said it was speedrunning friendly, but that's only if you're really, really well acquainted with it. And the thing is, it has a kind of roguelike element where it kind of remixes the levels sometimes, and you're supposed to know from certain objects which version the game is using. Ah, there was the red button. And for a moment I thought this was a different version of the level, so that's why I forgot where the red button was. I thought it was supposed to be somewhere else in the version that I thought it was gonna be. Have we messed that up again? Why is this so finicky today? I hate it. Oh, again! Ah, we're losing so much time here. Are we really going to make it in an hour? Is there any chance that we're gonna have my personal best? But yeah, the puzzle was to get over here and deploy this ball, and that summons this monster. And you have to shoot it in these big fuck you cores, these yellow cores that are on it. It's very difficult to do for new players, and you can't shoot that often. And when you kill it, the water of the level flows again, and the escalator at the end of it works again. And that was our objective all along. Such a bad segment. I hope I can win some more time after this. This really wasn't very good. This is not all we have to do in this level, though. We still have to input this password. 123331. It said so on the back of the ticket. How would you ever think to look there? It is so obnoxious, I can't believe it. Oh, by the way, this game also has these this old school soundtrack from the 1930s or something. Once again, it's trying to be really stylish that way, but it's really just failing hard because this is just something that everyone does. You're not being cool if you do some noir soundtrack for your game and some old schoolish ambience. Really just failed on all levels with the atmosphere. Why would you do that? This actually brings us to the Red Wash, which is already the final area of the game, but you have to do so much here, so this run is still very much in the open. How will it go? I hope it's gonna be very good. So much loading. I have a really strong PC, it's not my fault. If you don't go left at the start here immediately, you're gonna waste a lot of time. Most people don't even find this passage, but you have to go here. Because there's one of the key items here. We're gonna get it from this annoying grandma again, Miss Birdie. I've got a bird for you, lady. You can't see it, but I'm giving her the finger. Yeah, she gives us a spoon, because spoons are hilarious. Yeah, that's one of the key items, as I said, and you need to find more. When we advance to the right here, we're gonna find another NPC that is, I think, voiced by one of the Game Grumps. Danny, some Jew, what was his name again? Danny Elfman. Yeah, that's his name. Like I said, one of the Game Grumps. Once again, one of the people they bought for this, when they should have known better. He always tells you that it's like a beautiful signature. It's just kind of making fun of you as the player. And here's Felix again. Yeah. He's kind of in the cult of Pinstripe, but it's one of the plot points and metaphors in the game that is just really missing the mark of being easily understandable. It's just really being all high class, and it's really failing at that. By the way, this game has like one enemy type, like these balloons. It's really lazy in that department too. Oh, that's another beginner trap. They always use these mines that you're just gonna mindlessly run into. Oh, and this building, by the way, is the last area. That's like where the finale and where the final boss takes place. This guy, I'm not even sure what he's called or who voices him. They didn't even bother to give him a name in the game. Whatever. Can't do anything to the left there yet, but we're gonna go to the pub and get a drink. This game is also like very pretentious of having a message against alcohol when that is just the best part of life. Always drink till you're full, till your vision blurs. Don't let this game take your fun out of life. Don't let it just patronize you like that. Like I said.
Really gonna party with everyone on a night?
And here's where they introduce another very weird gimmick. This guy's just being an asshole to us. You have to shoot these pool balls into this container, and it's really finicky. This game has a really bad physics engine. I'd rather have like Havoc or something in it. They couldn't afford that, of course. You have to hit all of these tiny balls into the container, and it's really a pain in the butt. Now we've got the very last one all the way to the right, and as you just saw, we cannot get on the container just yet, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to lower it. Now it should work. Yes, it did. And that gets us to the next key item. After a fork No, after a spoon you get a fork, so now you can eat spaghetti. Yay! Spaghetti is great. I like spaghetti. We're gonna need those 2 key items very soon. Do we need anything from here yet? I'm not sure. Well, we don't need to go to the top right yet. Yes, we do need to go here. We need to go to this guy, I think so. No, he's not yet here. But I think you need to read that note that we just read. If you're wondering why I'm being a bit scatterbrained here, why I'm not always going the right way, it's been ages since I played this game. It just got too annoying for me. And like I said, sometimes this game is like switching puzzles around. There are many different versions. Like here we need to input 810. That is one of the really obscure hints that we got. As you can see, it's trying to be really clever by using the fork and spoon as like a clock for clocks. Why is this game using an old school clock? Who doesn't have digital watches nowadays? Seriously. They're being like old school and romantic like that again when they're really just failing. This puzzle is really hard. You had to solve the 8:10 p.m. Puzzle to get here. This will cost you hours if you're not acquainted with it. And also the safe will explode. That can hurt you. It's really being a real dick. And that gets us another key item. But that key item alone doesn't help us yet, because this game is being super stingy and it makes you do a million things to get where you need to go. I don't really appreciate that. The next key item is over here, where we have to do pretty much the same thing again. Once again, we have to play these dumb mini games that wouldn't work if you hadn't done the previous puzzle. Really difficult, these, and that was really unfair. That should have worked. That works 9 times out of 10. I'm really wondering if that didn't kill the run at this point. I fear it might have. Well, looking at the time, we're still pretty okay. There's still a realistic chance that we'll make it if we're being really fast, like faster than light. That is 2 of 3 parts of that puzzle. Now, where was the third? Did I miss it? Did I forget to pick it up? Was I an idiot? A huge buffoon? No, I didn't. It would have been here if I had messed up. Oh, wow, that would have been something. I would have hated myself for the until the end of time if I messed that up. We didn't speak to this guy yet. That was my problem. Now I see.
It's got the password to Pinstripe's channel.
Yeah. Really lots of dialogue here. I really hate it. But now the hint is complete, and it's really just making us input another time at the big clockwork, because that's a lot of fun, just doing the same puzzle with very slight variation again. Great stuff. Really, I can't believe this game got awards. Can you believe that? What was the time again? 2:30. That's right, 2:30. And that kind of starts the end game of this all. There's really not much left. This is a very short game. They were very lazy when designing this. They made a very short and very difficult game. Because this is actually an arcade port. You know, back in the day they made these games impossibly hard to steal your quarters. And that's the philosophy behind this. That's why this is so unplayably bad. But like I said, it's important for speedrunning. Now, what did we have to go through the pub? Yes. The quest that we have to do now is that there are 10 enemies scattered around the level, and we have to hunt for these because that's good gameplay. Not. And only when we've defeated all 10 of them will we be able to move to the final area. Felix... Oh no, was that Felix? Well, Felix is also getting his brain sucked out, but yeah, everyone is getting killed by these monsters now. It's what they deserve, honestly. The bad NPCs here, yeah, they can just get killed. I don't care. By the way, this is kind of trying to fool you here, as if you've gotten the bad ending already, as if you couldn't even get the good ending to the game again. But it's just trying to fool you. We're still very much on the way to getting the best ending of all, if you're just fast enough and everything. Where are the other enemies? There should still be some around here. Did I mess it up? Yeah, here's another. And there's PevDepew, who deserves even less subscribers than he already has. Really hate his stuff. So bad. So terrible. Always with the crude metaphors milk as in sperm. The writing in this game is just atrocious. So bad. Yeah, there are more enemies to the left. You have to do so much backtracking, so much needless backtracking. I hate it. Even this passage, we're not in the clear yet. There should be another enemy down the well, if I remember, if I'm judging the seed that we got for this playthrough. No. Why? Where is the last one? Did I mess up? Did I doom the run? I can't believe it. Or where did I miss the game? I think we're still kind of on time. I think we can still do it for a new personal best. My old personal best was already really good. Like I said, I'm like ace. I'm like a master at this. I'm so talented. Oh right, we have to get into the pre-boss chamber. Oh, and this is straight up the hardest challenge in the game. This is so annoying, you wouldn't believe. Hundreds of hours is what it takes new players again, but I think I can do this on like the next try. No. Oh, I'm really messing up here. How am I being so bad? I can't believe it. What you're supposed to do is not go full speed everywhere, but I'm always missing my mark. Oh, I hate this. But I think I got it. Yeah. No? Wasting so much time. This is so agonizing. Finally. And yeah, here is where the game put the last one. That's so despicable. Why would they do that? Well, we would have needed to do that puzzle anyway. Speaking of puzzles, that is the final puzzle of the game. We don't have that combination yet, but we're about to get it. Yeah, the combination should be... Yes, it will be to the right here. We've done the stupid side quest for this guy. 10 sacks, there are the sacks again. Oh, how edgy we are. And yeah, on this clue, it goes right in our inventory. That's where we can find out the combination. You can see it's very small. It's 1922. That's like where the historical event happened that this is based on, where some preacher guy had a fatal car crash. Yeah, are we going to the right way? I'm not sure. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Yeah. And now we can go in here. Yes. Like I said, 1922. This always stays the same, but you need to have gotten the clue or else the combination won't work. And that gets us to the final boss. Once we rise up to the next chamber, we're gonna see our little annoying daughter who's gotten demonified Oh, how scary that is. You know how they like to do this creepy little girl thing, this trope? It's so stupid, so tasteless. But when we do that, can we use the mirror? No, I didn't actually want to save there. It's not letting me back out. Yeah, we have to shoot it. Yes. And that triggers the final boss fight with Mr. Pinstripe, the evil pedophile. With our corn slingshot, it's gonna take a lot of cycles to kill him. You can only hurt him after he's shot lightning bolts. It's very annoying. It really makes the fight very long and drawn out. Where the lightning bolts come down is entirely random. You cannot anticipate where it will be. It's very annoying, very unfair. I hope we're gonna have a pretty good luck of the draw. So far it's looking fine, and we're dealing damage. We're still shooting so slow. This is gonna take a lot of cycles. Pinstripe only has 2 attacks, lightning bolts and summoning enemies. It's very poorly designed, I don't like it at all. It just costs so much time and is not really challenging in a good way. Yeah, they really messed up with this game. People were actually very excited before this came out, but then it just disappointed. It really didn't please anybody. Is this gonna be the last one? No. Damn it. How did we mess that up? But you know, I think we're actually gonna make it. Oh, we actually got hit there for the second time in the speedrun. But yeah, he's done. And after that, you get like a whiskey bottle. I really don't know what the game is trying to tell us here, that Pinstripe was a whiskey all the time? That doesn't make any sense. I'm almost about to call time. This is one of the last rooms to that you have to go through. It's not letting me do that. Yeah, you have to activate that button 3 times for some reason. It's really weird. And after that, like Georgie, like sacrifices himself. Oh, how noble! We've seen that a million times in all kinds of movies. It's really not that interesting. Yeah, Georgie is dead now. I think. I'm not sure. Actually, we've gone away from hell and now we're in heaven. I don't really need religion in my game, honestly, but that's what we're getting here. Yeah, this is kind of the epilogue, and Georgie is like alive again or something. I don't get it. That's because we got the Paragon ending. The game would have been easier on Renegade, but then it makes you feel bad, and that's not considered a good run then, if you do it on Renegade. It's not legit if you do that.
Bet you can't catch all of them.
You bet you can't catch all of them. Bo is such an annoying character. Seriously, did we really need her? She's also like the kind of damsel in distress that cannot save herself. It's so annoying. Did we have to go in here? No, we didn't. We need to get outside again. And yeah, that's the game again. Time. Oh yes, that was a personal best. Yeah, with that, it's over. Oh, I'm really glad this game is not any longer than that. I can't stand it. Can I not stand it? Actually, I can stand it no problem, because Pinstripe is honestly a very solid game. I like it a lot. I hope you enjoyed our annual April Fool's special. I hope you weren't fooled all the way through. I'm pretty sure most of you caught on very quickly that this is just a farce. The point of this wasn't to bash or diss speedrunning, of course not. Speedrunning is fine and all. I do like to do intentionally bad anti-Let's Plays, but where the idea for this came from is indeed that Steam achievement that I mentioned, Speed Devil or Demon or what it was called. beating the game in under 1 hour. Seeing that achievement, I do have it. I would have it now at latest. That really made me wonder, because this is really a artsy-fartsy game, still with pretty interesting metaphors. To have an achievement in this game that told you, get this over with quick, get through it quick, just seems so weird, so strange, and that's how this idea was born. The mentioned metaphors, I think all the themes in Pinstripe are really interesting, so obviously I did not mean any of those things that I said about the game, that it was bad and whatnot. No, of course not. The villain of the game, this demon Pinstripe, was of course not just a kidnapper of Bo. He turned into the whiskey bottle at the end. Pinstripe was of course a whiskey brand, so Father Ted really just fought his alcoholism in the end. So that's what that was about. And the main theme of the game is forgiveness, because it was true that Father Ted was drunk driving with his daughter Bo, and then they had a fatal car crash, and that is of course a grave tragedy. But the game clings very strongly to this theme of forgiveness, that even when you feel like you have a right not to forgive, when something is objectively very hard to forgive, that at least you should think about forgiving. Of course, Father Ted did not choose to end his life and that of his daughter through this terrible accident. So I really liked how they approached that. What I also like is the game is actually never pretentious, in my opinion. The good and bad endings, there are indeed 2 endings. What's interesting about those is that the bad ending is not really that much worse than the good one. You don't find Georgie at the end then, but it's not like you're being thrown into hell again. Even the bad ending is almost as optimistic as the good one, and once again that there's the theme of forgiveness again. So even though you replied very meanly to the dialogue options in the game, it didn't condemn you for that. There's always this optimism, as I said. With that, we've got the music fading out, and this video is almost at its end. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I hope you weren't fooled in a bad way. With that, I'm Gish86, this was the Super Speedrun Extravaganza, and of course, another annual April Fools. Bis bald!